think you need 2. Really, Selma Hayek it up.
You finally talked me into
snake wrangling. We're going to Gatorland! Gator!
Land.
Gator!
Land.
Whoops, I mean we're going to Gatorland!
Land.
Gator!
Land.
Woo! Amy, are you ready for this?
I'm so ready. We made it all the way to fantastic Gatorland.
Gatorland. Now, to enter, you have to go through a gator's mouth.
Very exciting.
This dates to the 1930s.
Wow, I had no idea.
The original day, there was a guy, last name Godwin, who opened up a gator pit in his backyard.
Ooh, that's problematic.
And his wife sold gator souvenirs from their kitchen, because Florida. So folks, this is Gatorland, not too far from Orlando.
It's very kitschy. You can see you got like
down yonder.
It's
speed limit 4.7 miles per hour.
Very specific.
And I think in 1949 he switched it from a gator pit in his backyard to an actual park, and it's just been going ever since then.
I've heard that Gatorland actually, while maybe the history is a little bit problematic, that they actually do some good things for gators and conservation and education, and they have a pretty good reputation as far as I know. Yeah,
they save a lot of gators, people who have a gator in their backyard and this and that.
The little gator, I don't know if you guys saw this story, it was a viral kind of internet story maybe 6 months or a year ago about the gator with like a half mouth.
Ooh.
It's supposed to be here now.
Oh.
They're helping rehabilitate her and letting her.
I've heard a few where somebody's raising a gator in their backyard and it gets confiscated, and then these guys care for it, if you will. So yeah, this is going to be a big gator day at Gatorland. We'll show you
other animals here too. I think some flamingos and a petting zoo. They've got all kinds of stuff.
All right, let's show them and right back there is the speed limit is 4.7 miles an hour. It says, there's a sign at the beginning that says parking 1949, because that's the year it opened. And then it says, but free today. And let's show you the Gatorland sign up here. That would be a good thumbnail. It's gonna look better if it's you. Let's get you in there. That's a nice thumbnail. I would go to this park. All right, so Gatorland since 1949. That's incredible.
Snakes and gators and all kinds of stuff here.
All right, stick around. We have even more coming up. Gatorland, Orlando, Florida. The alligator capital of where?
The world!
The world! And that's why this is the world's greatest adventure. All right, what else is cool? This gator right up here, the gator mouth.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Can we put this like in our house?
Oh man, we should make one of these. Yeah. Is this stucco? How do you make a gator mouth? I love that a lot of this is roadside attraction, tourist America, circa 1950s, you know? 50s and 60s, campy.
Campy, yeah.
All right, you want to get up there? I want to see. There she is. Oh, that is cool. I love it. Gatorland, Florida. Hey there. Mind if I record this? I'm just excited about it. What pass gets me the best access to the most gators?
Like, do you want to be up close, or do you want to be like...
Yeah.
Well, the park itself has over 3,000 gators in it.
Right on.
No matter what, you'll be close to a gator.
I want to see some gators. Let's do 2 adults then.
Alright, and then the only other thing is, if you want to do general admission, this would be $7 more than your general admission. You get your train ride all day, which is like a nature ride. It goes through like the back section of our park. You get to see some stuff we wouldn't see if you went on like the regular trail. And then you get your gator chow, which is like a bag of food to feed over to the alligators. And then meet a gator. It looks like this.
We would be stupid not to. I don't know, right? So is it mostly Florida residents or tourists that come here?
Depends on the time of year.
Right.
The time that you're coming right about now is a lot of Florida residents.
Yeah, snowbirds have left, right?
Yeah, snowbirds have now left. And then everybody, like everything else is kind of like, you know, summer.
Cool.
It's gonna be
Perfecto. Awesome. All right, Amy, I'm worried we're not going to see any gators. Oh my God, we're gonna see all the gators. There's so many gators here. That guy he's like got something to do. Never mind, he's done. I also like that this guy is just maxing and relaxing between his buddies.
That is cute. They just want to be warm. They're like surprisingly
right?
cuddly. Every time you see gators, like you realize, like, no, they're just like cuddly boys. They want to be warm and snuggle with their friends.
Woo! And they are eating over there. Somebody's fishing for gators. Oh, caught it. Hey, Amy, what do you call an alligator that works at a courthouse? A litigator. All right, so to give you a look at what it's like when you're here, it's the feeding experience, aka jumperoo. They give you a fishing pole and you just put some bait on it and feed the gators. And there are an exorbitant amount of gators here.
Over 3,000.
3,000 gators. These are the 3 to 5 year olds. And then each section has a different age and size of gator. Pretty cool. Got him. Amy, look at the size of this guy. That is a fat gator. Like, that is a walking, breathing dinosaur if I've ever seen one.
I'm saying, made perfect by evolution.
What? Why do they put the giant gator next to the real gators? I love it. There's some big gators here. These guys know how to party.
Hey, Adam, turn around.
What?
Hey!
Oh, do you have me and gator stew again? Ah! All right, you ready to get in there? Yeah, get your head right over it. Beautiful. That makes me happy. This place is pretty fun.
I like it.
Lots to do. That is cool. That's a fun image. That's a big gator. So Gatorland is a 110-acre theme park with old Florida charm, and it's now celebrating 75 years in business. It's known for its 14-foot gators, live animal shows, and a screaming gator zip line. And on top of that, they've got a whole bunch of delicious foods and snacks that you can eat, including gator bites. Oh yeah. With the goal of protecting, conserving, and educating, Gatorland Global, a conservation group, was formed in 2018. Although I'm not for live animal shows, I believe that Gatorland does a pretty good job protecting gators throughout the state of Florida. That is a fat gator.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, no, they don't get that big in my pond. Yeah, some of these boys, enormous. Now's a good time to remind you to click that subscribe button. Amy and I are traveling the world, and we have a lot of cool new videos. In fact, for the past 2 months, we've been posting a new video every single day, which include our trips to Thailand, Tokyo, Costa Rica, and all around Florida. So stick around for more fascinating videos. What's over here? Lead us. Show us more flamingos. I think these are babies up in the tree. Nope, just fighting. The gators are pissed. Gator fight. Gator fight. Oh, he's puffing up. He's mad.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I've never seen that before.
It's like a gator argument going on. You know who started that fight? The instigator.
These are capybaras. You cannot tell the scale, but they are absolutely enormous. It's like the size of a pig. It looks like it should be a guinea pig, but this is the size of like a huge pig. They are awesome. They're from South America. They're invasive here in Florida right now. Like, we've got way
too many of these guys.
They're not supposed to live here.
Yeah.
And they can swim. They can even hold their breath for up to 5 minutes.
The turkey vultures seem very interested in him. Is this guy like not doing well?
No, probably because these guys are gross. They eat their own poop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Amy, do you know the story of Bonecrusher?
No.
So
Bonecrusher.
Bonecrusher was an alligator that the owner had. He was over 1,000 pounds.
What?
Could jump 7 feet in the air.
That's ridiculous.
And the owner claimed he was the largest gator in captivity. In fact, he offered people $1,000, which was a lot of money back in the 50s, if they could bring him a bigger gator. Never was it claimed. And then when Bonecrusher passed away, they brought in Bonecrusher 2, like Bigfoot 2,
Whoa.
who was even bigger. How cool is that?
That's crazy.
That's just a great name. If we ever get a gator, which I think we should,
Bonecrusher.
Bonecrusher 3.
Is this the zip line? You zip line over the gators.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's open today,
That's
but I want to
scary.
zip line over the Gators.
That's a scary zip line to know if something goes wrong, you're in a gator pit.
I think so. Have you seen the sharks yet? You know, Bobcat Bayou. What that said. Could be. So what are we doing now?
We are in a swamp.
We're in a swamp?
Swamp walk, and this is like right out of track.
So this is legit the back of the park and you just get to walk through the swamp?
Yeah, it's exciting. And this is like kind of our dry season, so I'm sure this is crazy.
There's a lot of footprints in this. But these footprints. Big footprints. It's pretty though. Florida has a lot of lush green jungle, that's for sure. Stay clear of snakes and other wildlife. It's real swamps. Watch out for the rattlesnakes. That could be. I believe that. You get so smiley in woods and forests.
I do. I'm so happy right now. It's beautiful.
This girl likes walking places.
The trees are so tall.
Cool. Pretty fun. We just saw a kid though, and he's coming out of the nature walk.
Yeah.
He goes, "What is wrong with this park? This is the worst day ever." I think he was promised to go to Disney World.
He did not like it. So some things you can't just walk on, apparently.
Honestly, this is a great place though. It's fun.
I love it. We found a snake.
A real one,
Yeah.
not just a show snake.
I mean, the thing is, he's really small.
Ah, he ruined it. Hey, Amy. Did you know that this gator was in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Whoa!
At least that's what the sign says, and I feel like the sign wouldn't lie to us.
He's a movie star.
Yeah, he's famous. He was in Orange County Choppers and the Pet Psychic. I wonder what he predicted, you know?
He seems pretty trustworthy. I think maybe he's talking about him.
So if you come here in like August, you got to be ready for the heat, right?
Yeah.
That's something like people are just like, you got to be dressed for the heat. You can't be wearing your hoodie.
Yeah, no.
This is an outdoor adventure in Florida.
They have some fans going, which I appreciate, but yeah, it's brutal.
All right, let's do it. Is it safe? All right, folks, so which photo do you like more? Photo A or photo B? Go ahead and leave a comment below. Look at this shirt, folks, Darth Gator. I absolutely love it. You know what else I love? I love when you click that subscribe button because it means you'll be seeing more of our videos. If you watch this far, go ahead and smash that subscribe. All right. I like that the exit says, "See you later, alligator."
Well played, Gatorland. Well played.
After a while, crocodiles. What do you think? I think you need two. Really, Selma Hayek it up.
We finally talking to
Snake wrangling. Finally get to put on your show from dusk till dawn style. Whoa. So you know what's fun about this place? Let's walk.
What?
You can tell where people are from by how they're dressed.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so the story is, when you come to a place like Gatorland, you know it's gonna be hot. But there's gonna be some people wearing boots and like socks. Turtleneck sweaters.
Socks? Do you own socks?
I do not own socks because I live in Florida. So if you live in Florida, you're just not wearing as many layers, and you can just kind of tell somebody who's a tourist just by the fact that they're like, oh, I should probably be wearing 6 layers.
They're wearing like summer clothes that you wear in New York or Michigan or something.
There you go.
This is what you wear in Florida.
So local tip, less clothes is better. Wear flip-flops, a sundress, whatever. You're going to...
No, you don't want socks. You're not wearing... No.
I said sundress.
Yeah.
But no socks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No tennis shoes.
None of that. All right, so Amy and I have been talking about an idea for a future video.
Yeah, some alternatives of things to do in Florida. Kind of, instead of going to the big places that you think of in Florida, like Disney and Universal, even Adventure Islands from Busch Gardens, some of those can be really expensive, very, very crowded, and quite hectic. So kind of uncovering for you guys some things that are family-friendly vacation spots in the area that are a lot more inexpensive and a little bit more accessible as far as, you know, fewer people, fewer crowds, and, you know, just kind of talking about that, giving you guys some vacation ideas. Yeah.
Because a lot of people come to Florida or live in Florida, and as great as it is to, say, go to Universal Studios or Disney, I don't know the exact price today, but Disney can be a couple $100s a person. You fast pass, you buy their food, you stay at the resort. What was the Dolphin Swan Resort? Was like $600-800 a night recently, right?
Yeah.
So you can easily spend a couple grand on a small family for a day in Disney World. So if you're in Tampa for spring break or you're in Orlando for spring break, you may not want to spend all 10 days going to Disney World, spending the buku bucks. So there really are a lot of alternatives, and we're gonna go through some of those now, but we'll do a separate video where we kind of list them out and go into greater detail. But obviously one is Gatorland.
Yeah.
Gatorland is a reasonable price. It's a fun activity. You're gonna see some stuff. I feel like they're not harmful to animals. I think they do a good job for what they are.
Also, one of the biggest draws is it's not overly crowded. You're not spending your entire day just waiting in line. You're actually having experiences instead of just an hour in line, an hour in line, an hour in line for everything you do.
Sure. So number 2, what about the Ripley's Museum? Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. It's good for young kids. Maybe if you had a childhood where you liked Ripley's Believe It or Not, I liked all the books as a kid. It's fun to see. It's worth going to, and it's probably under $50 to go there. It's a much more economical day, and that's right on International Drive. So if you're staying in Orlando or Universal, it's a 5-minute drive. Even if you're staying off the park, it's probably even closer. So that's something you can do. You can check in, kill an afternoon real quick, and then go to a fun lunch. because there are a lot of cool restaurants, world's largest McDonald's, world's largest Chili's, world's largest Checkers, places with game rooms and adventures and all sorts of theme restaurants.
Boston Lobster Feast.
Boston Lobster Feast. That should be its own category, is Boston Lobster Feast. So what was the fun spot that we hit?
So the fun spot, literally,
the fun spot, is that the name of it?
The fun spot. I was going to say that one next. I think that is such a fun spot. It's aptly named. There is a gator exhibit. There's a lot of carnival rides, some kind of fair, fun mini roller coasters that are good for older kids that want a little bit of a thrill. There's a really fun arcade, and it's a great spot to get a ton of fun things in for a variety of ages, but again, without the huge price tag and without the lines that you're waiting in all day long. You're actually riding the rides, you're actually able to get reasonably priced food and drink and have a good time.
Right. What about St. Augustine?
Oh, okay, yeah.
St. Augustine, you'll hop on I-4 East. It's a little over an hour away from Orlando. You can stop at the Buc-ee's, which we've done videos about there. Those Buc-ee's in that area. And it's a nice place to take the family, do a historic tour, walk around, see a few things. There's some history there. Oldest continually inhabited city in the United States. And it's fun.
You know, one of our new things that we have in Tampa that I really, really love are our lagoons, our man-made lagoons.
Oh, man-made lagoons in Tampa.
These are really, really reasonably priced, and they are so much fun for the entire family. They are absolutely beautiful. They will blow your mind. And they have not just the lagoon itself is like a giant swimming pool, but there's areas where you can kayak, you can stand up paddleboard. They have a food truck park, some water slides, and my absolute favorite is a giant obstacle course. That is so much fun. This is definitely, I think, an alternative instead of going to one of the really expensive water parks that have a ton of lines and crowds. Going to one of the lagoons is a great option, a great swap, you know, if you will.
So for people who haven't been there, it's essentially a giant swimming pool the size of a small lake. They'll have little beach areas, they'll have loungers, they'll usually have a few food trucks, and like Amy said, some water slides and some obstacle courses and things. You really can't beat it. It's a great time. That was 5.
For the parents, yeah.
That was 5. Do you have a number 6?
Number 6, check out some of our local springs. Sometimes during the summer especially, the beaches can be really overwhelming, or say during spring break, when we have so many tourists here. If you are a local, you can think, oh man, like I just don't want to fight with the spring breakers to go to Clearwater, to go to St. Pete Beach.
Right.
If you still want to get out with the family, I highly suggest checking out one of our local springs.
Yeah.
Lithia Springs is a great example, or heading up to Lake Wekiwachi and Three Sisters, that area, Crystal River, absolutely beautiful. You can have the chance to kayak or just jump in the spring water. Lithia Springs, for example, has like a beach kind of pool area next to the spring where you can take your kids to swim and enjoy all the same activities you would at the beach, but with much fewer crowds, better parking, way less stress, and probably more natural wildlife. You're going to get to see more gators and manatees and fish and tortoises and things like that. Plus a lot of hiking trails and just getting out and kind of experiencing nature a little more.
I think we're on 6.
Yeah.
What about Wekiwachi?
Oh yeah, of course. See the mermaids.
Yes, Wekiwachi is a place that you can go, a fun little town, and they have a place that you can watch mermaids swimming, and they've got people as full mermaids swimming underwater, and it's a blast. So Wekiwachi is definitely a tourist attraction and a place that you're going to want to stop if you get the chance.
So to swap out, maybe if you can't quite swing a Disney trip, but your kids still love all things Disney, I definitely suggest going to Disney Springs.
Disney Springs?
Because there's no entrance fee to get into Disney Springs, but you're still going to see a lot of characters, a lot of Disney things, Disney branding, and
so Disney Springs is a shopping area and it's within the Disney confines, right? You can pull your car up, there's parking there, and you can go to some fancy restaurants. I don't know if they have the House of Blues there, or if that one's in Universal's City Walk. But there's a lot of very cool theme restaurants
like
there.
Rainforest Cafe or equivalent.
There's a big Lego store.
Places.
There's a lot of like just fun clothing stores. They'll have appearances of characters. It's a fun place. I always like if somebody's in town and we just want to go out to lunch, I'll take them to Disney Springs. And it's a fun way to get that Disney experience without having to spend $500 on tickets and theme park rides and everything. You can just go there. You can have a little overpriced lunch or dinner, but you can get that Disney feel for the day at Disney Springs. And they've got a lot of nightlife and attractions. You can take a water car, a water taxi. They've got a lot of stuff going on there that is a lot of fun. What about Universal City Walk?
Right, I was going to say that next. Likewise, Universal City Walk is to Universal as Disney Springs is to Disney. So it's their equivalent, and it's a really fun spot to go. I believe, unlike Disney Springs that has free parking, Universal City Walk is about $20 to park, but you don't have to have tickets to the theme park to get into City Walk, but you still kind of get that theme park excitement and feel with a lot of bars, restaurants, and shopping.
Yeah. So Universal Studios is split between two parks, Universal Studios and I believe it's Islands of Adventure. Okay. Then in the center, when you diverge, they've got a shopping and food area. That's the Universal City Walk. That is also a place, particularly for older folks, like more adults. That's a great nightlife place. They do have the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. They do have the NBA World. They got a lot of stuff going on there that you can partake of. And I've spent numerous evenings, like 6-8 hours, just going there and not going to the theme parks. Yeah. Or if you're going to like the Halloween event or anything, it's a good place to hang out before and afterwards. They'll have a lot of little restaurants, like a bunch of little bars and places to hang out. And it's a lot of fun, and you get that full Universal Studios experience minus the rides. Which for some of us, that's a fun way to have an afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can go pick up a trinket, and you can go shop in the stores, and you can go maybe get lunch. They've got like a Moe's there, and they got a sushi place, and you can get fancy food, or you can Universal Studios fancy food, or you can get fast to go.
Yeah, and it's a great place to go people watching for sure.
Yeah. Does that bring us to 9?
I think so.
I think that's 9. Where are we going for 9?
So you mentioned Halloween, and maybe this isn't year-round, but I think a very smart swap is instead of going to the big name brand Universal Studios Halloween event.
Yes. Which is expensive.
Yeah, and tons of lines. Even if you get a fast pass. I hate the lines. I
don't mind the price. I hate the lines.
Even if you get a fast pass in a single night, you probably won't get to see every single house.
3 houses.
It's impossible because the lines are so long, you'll run out of time. Instead, you should check out, help me with the name,
Screamageddon.
Screamageddon. Yes. Is right outside, well, in between Tampa and Orlando, so close.
It's north of Tampa.
Yeah. You can check out a really, really fun Halloween event. They have 5 or 6 huge houses, some fun like paintball adventures and axe throwing and all kinds of fun stuff. Scary characters walking around in scare zones, some food trucks, and it's a little less professional than...
which makes it more fun.
Yes, which does make it more fun. You're going to have a lot more encounters with the entertainers, I would say.
So Florida does Halloween big because we have so much tourism. Universal Studios converts 6 to 8 of their houses plus scare zones. They've got a big event that's a couple $100, plus you can fast pass it for... The fast pass costs more than the event. Yeah. Disney does a not so scary Halloween. It's very pretty and fun, and yeah, so that's nice. Busch Gardens does a huge event in Tampa that rivals all of them. But Screamageddon is more reasonably priced. It started off at like the $15 mark. I think it's $25, $30. It goes up every year because the demand goes up. So get there before it goes too high. But it's at a zip line adventure. It's out kind of in the boonies where like it's in a farming community, if you will. You park in a muddy farm field. Definitely bring your off spray and your mosquito spray and your shoes you can get dirty.
Yeah.
But there are a total of 6 houses available, one of which is usually like a hayride with zombies attacking. And then one, for the last few years, has been like a prison that's been taken over by monsters, usually zombies and things. There's one that is clowns, and it's a big warehouse you go through. And the prison, usually you can wear a glow necklace, which means the actors can touch you, which you would never get away with at Universal, but they can kind of grab you and put you in a room, you know, interrogate you in the prison in a private cell or whatever. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It was a little hands-off during COVID for obvious reasons, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think they're getting back. It's my favorite Halloween event in Florida, and the fact that it's fewer lines and less expensive is just icing on the cake.
There's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre that you're going through an old farmhouse type of thing, and people are running around with chainsaws, and you go through a maze. There is an outdoor world that's supposed to be kind of like you're in the swamp, and redneck people are attacking you, and voodoo and giant crocodiles and all sorts of Florida stuff going on, Florida, New Orleans type of stuff. And then there's also, it's an additional fee. They take you on a bus and give you paintballs, and you shoot zombies in the woods. This is zombies are attacking you, you shoot them with your paintball gun, and that is a surprising amount of fun. I would almost like to be the zombie. So those are 10 fun things. There's also a lot of other stuff to do. You can go to the Gamble Plantation down south by Sarasota. You can go to the Edison and the Ford Museum, their house, their grounds, really beautiful there. There's just a ton of things. Busch Gardens in Tampa is a more reasonably priced alternative to Universal, as well as they've got an Adventure Island type of Wet and Wild park that's associated with it. And those ones, if you're residents, last I saw, the tickets were like $100 for a year pass.
Right.
Much more economical. I think it's like, sometimes it's like $89 for a one-time or $100 for the year pass. They want you to come back and buy food and pay for parking. We got the year pass. I've got the year pass twice, once to the water park and once to Busch Gardens. Only went once each time, but it was $10 more, so why are you not going to get it?
We need to make a point to get those passes again and actually use them, because they do, Busch Gardens does have a really fun, not just theme park, but water park with some really epic rides, really scary ones.
I feel like water parks, I've seen a lot of people do water park videos where they're going down the crazy slides and stuff, and I think those will make good videos. Get your GoPro and make it happen, Captain.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so there's a lot of things to do in Florida. There's a lot of places to visit, so there's almost unlimited adventures. On International Drive, there's that Eye of Orlando, which is a big Ferris wheel that you can do. There's a Titanic museum, last I saw.
There's that swing thing where they like put you face first and you
There's reverse bungee. There's bungees off of there. But there's a lot of alternatives, and don't be afraid to go off the beaten path a little bit in the Orlando area. You know, a lot of dinner theater.
Yeah, it's not just Disney and Universal, although those are obviously the two big
people come here for Disney and Universal, but don't be afraid to, whether you rent a car or do a Tankful drive down here. If you're a Florida local, there's just so many things to do, and we should experience their swamp boat tours, zip lines. So yeah, we're gonna refine our list and do a little bit more research on the exact pricing and everything. Maybe we'll put some of that in overlays. But that's gonna be a separate video that we're gonna give a lot of details on, but I hope you got an idea of some of the fun adventures that you can do here in Florida.